Your brain regulates its mood based on chemicals. So let's see if we can pinpoint specifically why you're sad and find out how we can change that. There are 4 mood-regulating chemicals, which are endorphins, dopamine, oxytocin, and serotonin. And each of them is responsible for a different part of mood regulation. If you are lacking in 1 or 2 or all, you are going to feel bad. My goal is to help you pinpoint why you're sad and what we can do to fix it. So let's go one at a time and start with an easy one. Endorphins. The painkiller, which relieves stress and blocks discomfort. You get endorphins by watching a funny movie, eating dark chocolate, or exercising. Having too much of any of these chemicals or overstimulation is equally as bad as being drained of them. For instance, there are negative ways you can trick your brain into getting these hits. You also get endorphins when you eat a bunch of sugary sweets, down donuts, eat a bunch of ramen, and stuff your face with cake. So take a second to recognize, where are your endorphins coming from currently? Are they coming from a healthy place, or are they coming from more of a crutch or substance place? If you'd like to improve, try to take away at least one of the unhealthy things that you're currently using as a stress reliever and implement a better option to healthily receive endorphins, like meditation or running. Watch a funny movie to relax. Watch 50 funny movies and you very quickly will no longer find anything funny. Number 2, and this one's important, dopamine. The reward chemical, the motivation chemical, the concentration chemical. This one is easy to fall into unhealthy habits with. You get dopamine from completing a task, doing self-care activities, eating food, or celebrating little wins. But you also get dopamine from completing little tasks in video games, from eating really unhealthy sugary food, doing self-care acts like shopping when you're depressed on Amazon. These are little ways to trick your brain into thinking you've completed tasks, into thinking that you're doing self-care activities when you're actually just damaging yourself. Leveling up in Dark Souls and doing your homework or writing your essay or getting 1 or 2 pages typed in your book feel the same to your brain, but your brain is running on primal instinct software that was developed to keep us safe and surviving as a race. Your brain wants to do as little as it can, conserve as much energy as it can, and reward itself as often as physically possible, and requires less brain activity to play a simple video game rather than sit down, write your book, do your homework, or schedule a dentist appointment. I know you're watching this, and I know you probably need a dentist appointment. You've been thinking about it. Just because the pain is gone doesn't mean. Dopamine is the reward chemical. Make sure that you are not giving your brain hits of reward for things you know it shouldn't be rewarded for, like playing video games. Try to take out one bad thing and replace it with one good thing. And if you're not completing any tasks, playing any games, eating any food, celebrating any wins, or doing any self-care activities, do that. Please, do something. Go eat something. If you are so low that it is difficult to find the energy to get up, get food, do the dishes, clean your room, you are lacking in dopamine. And the only way to get it, which is horrible, is to do those things that you don't have the energy to do. The energy will come later. Your brain needs a reason to make more dopamine. If you are laying around just existing and being miserable, your brain will realize it can survive, it can thrive, and it does not need that chemical, and it will make less. Number 3, serotonin machine broke. Serotonin is the mood stabilizer. If you are constantly going from extreme highs and extreme lows, you need to find a way to stabilize those two and come to stable middle ground. And that stable middle ground can still have peaks and it can still have lows, and that's fine. But if you are a volatile stock, you need to chill out and you need more serotonin. We can get serotonin from meditating, from running, from more sun exposure, from walking in nature, swimming, and cycling. Champion, be honest with me. When's the last time you went outside? This one's tough, because the ways that you can badly substitute it can get a little bit complicated. If you are feeling extremely low, you can do certain things that will ramp you up, like alcohol, or even most drugs. What's scary is that if you remain using those kinds of crutches, you will eternally be low, but you'll feel slightly higher. So to you, when drunk or high or something, you'll feel a little bit better, but the world will see how low you truly are. And if you want a super easy fix, dude, we are all deficient in whatever vitamin it is that the sun gives you. Take it, just take it. You can find it on Amazon. You can find it on Amazon. It literally comes in a liquid. You don't even have to take the pill. Keep it by your desk. Substitute the sun. And lastly, we have the big one. Oxytocin, the love hormone. This is an easy one to have an extreme amount of, and then suddenly, overnight, over one text, lose all of it. You can get and feel more oxytocin by doing things like playing with a dog, playing with a baby, playing with a cat, hugging a family member or someone very close to you, receiving a compliment, or even giving a compliment. The worst thing you can do is base all of your oxytocin on a person, on one person who overnight could disappear forever. Or much worse, you can get little tiny drips of oxytocin from a not reliable source, like someone that you love so much and they don't love you that much. So when you get 1 or 2 texts from that person, you feel like a god for 10 minutes. That is a sign of someone who is starved of oxytocin. But thankfully, something as important as oxytocin comes with an easy way to get it. And I don't mean falling in love, which is also very too easy to do. Not just from receiving a compliment, but giving a compliment. Not just from getting help from another person, but from giving help to another person. I don't think it's a coincidence that most of the people who are in their lowest of lows tend to also be some of the nicest people you'll ever meet. You can very easily take your sadness and dish it into the world as a hatred. Or you can take that hurt and be the person that you wish you had in your life. Be the person who smiles at strangers. Be the person who goes the extra mile to help someone. Compliment someone when they look good. Let your coworkers know when they did a good job on something. Even the coworkers you might not like that much. All of these chemicals have a snowball effect, where if you have little, you will receive little. And if you're consistently using a healthy amount, you will probably be consistently receiving a healthy amount. I've given you the starting blocks. I'm sure one of these things has struck a specific place in you. That is the one you should focus on first. Whether it's dopamine, endorphins, oxytocin, or serotonin, Google it. Figure out other ways that you can implement healthy habits to help regulate your brain. And like my cheat of substituting the sun for vitamins, let me know in the comments if you have any cheats to substitute some of these things in a healthy way down in the comments. Your comment will probably be read by somebody who really needs it, so let both of us know. And make sure to like the video so more people who need it can see it. Guys, I will see you very, very soon. Stay stable. Stay stable.